Hello and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. Uh, the Union government was preparing to introduce the Constitution 131st Amendment Bill 2025 in the upcoming winter session of Parliament. And this was a move that could have altered Chandigarh's administrative structure and could have had vast consequences for Punjab's claim and association with Chandigarh, which is the state capital. Now, this development, this decision was announced in the bulletin of the winter session of Parliament, which was issued, and this happened just day before, and that's when this development triggered a political storm in Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party and the opposition Congress and Shiromani Akali Dal alleged that it is an attempt to snatch Chandigarh away from Punjab. Now, according to the bill listed in the Rajya Sabha bulletin, as I told you, the proposal sought to bring the Union territory of Chandigarh under Article 240 of the Constitution, placing it in the same category as the Union territories without the legislatures, which, for example, Andaman and Nicobar, Lakshadweep, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Puducherry, and so, what does this incident show? Now, if enacted, if this bill was enacted, if this Article 240 was brought in, the amendment would have empowered the president to frame the regulations for Chandigarh and could have been widely seen as paving the way for the appointment of a lieutenant governor to administer the city of Chandigarh. This would mark a significant shift from the current arrangement under which the Punjab governor serves as Chandigarh's administrator. But what happened? The government, after the opposition from the political parties, the government didn't take a U-turn, but they put the decision on hold, saying that this idea is under consideration. So the big question is that why did they float the idea? And like Jairam Ramesh from Congress had put out a tweet late last evening saying that this is a clear-cut example of act first and think later government. So why did they bring this idea into consideration? Was it a trial balloon? Were they trying to explore certain political ideas that could have clicked the people of Punjab? Is this such a sensitive and emotive issue? And what if the government tries to bring this idea once again? Because they've just put it on hold. They haven't said that they completely scrapped the idea, but they have put it on hold for some time. So joining me this evening is Professor Jagrup Singh Sekho. He's a political analyst from Punjab University. Thank you so much for joining. We have Jagdeep Singh Sindhu, political commentator and journalist, also joining us. And I'll begin with Professor Jagrup. Professor Jagrup, what do you think forced the government to put this decision on hold, bringing Chandigarh under Article 240, bringing in the Constitution 131st Amendment Bill? What were they trying to do with Punjab? I want to understand that first from you. You'll have to unmute. Professor Jagrup, if you can unmute yourself. Yes.
We all are surprised. Rather, the people here will be also be surprised. We only came to know when it was basically, it became a public that it's becoming a 131 amendment in the constitutions, and they are bringing this Chandigarh under Article 240. I think no one knew before that till it became a public. What we see is that why BJP time and again, or the central government, basically the issue is that when we talk about the federalism, sometimes it happens that where is the federalism in that? For the last 11 years, even before that, or particularly for the last 7 years, there's a continuously centralization of power. And the states have just become, what we see is that they're totally dependent upon the center in that way also. But this government is very much in a hurry. Why Chandigarh? You see that it's only the Punjab where the BJP, even in spite of its best efforts, in spite of large number of defections from the Akalis, the Congress, and the others into the BJP is still facing a lot of difficulty to have its foothill in Punjab. We have just recently had an by-election in that Tarantaran. And before that, there was an election in Ludhiana or in other urban areas. Even there, we had municipal corporations. Before that, we have parliament elections. BJP is not finding a place in case of Punjab. But time and again, they are trying to basically create this type of situation in the Punjab where the core issue, particularly, what are the core issues in the Punjab at present? The peasantry is still is very much core issue in that way also. We are also witnessing that for the last few months, they have made BBMB and another issue in that way also. Time and again, sometimes they ask the Haryana government to ask for 10 acres of land from the Chandigarh and having share in Punjab University, Chandigarh, and so forth. So I think they're trying every time they try to test the waters in the Punjab. So by that way, they just want to know the feedback. They know that Chandigarh is an emotional issue, and other issues are also emotional in that way also. But Chandigarh at present, because water issue in that way is what we see. I'm going to say it's gone in that way also. We are continuing with that legacy of what we see, that the reorganization of the Punjab in 1966. No issue has basically resolved in any way. Politics has been played by the state as well the center, but this government and the previous government in that way also. So what we
No,
have seen recently.
Professor Jagrup, if this Article 240 is brought in and Chandigarh is made into a UT, what do you think could be the fallout? And is it like a fight for the resources? Because everyone says that if it happens, it could lead to some kind of a social and economic instability, both.
Question is not instability. Where is the social stability in Punjab? Where is the economic stability in Punjab? It's an emotional issue. And particularly, we all know that Punjabi, particularly this side of the Punjabi and that side of the Punjabi, they're very emotional on that issue. Punjab is not at the crossroad. Punjab is basically gone very back from the previous time. We just can talk about our golden era, our golden period before independence, after independence. We may start with the Maharaja Ranjit Singh and we go it up to what we see is that the Green Revolution. After Green Revolution, we have seen that what type of situation was there. And after that, we have 33 years of the regular government in the state, which miserably failed the Punjab. Basically, the problem here is that the problem is not of the political class. The issue is not with the political class. Political class is being pushed from the below, that they have to take the stand on this issue. We have seen in the case of the Punjab University, Chandigarh, problem is that the misgovernance, the
No, but
crisis.
why do you think that BJP tried to float this idea? Because already the resources which are shared between Haryana and Punjab, it has a 60-40 arrangement. So why do you think that the BJP was toiling with a new idea like this?
There's a serious crisis of governability on the case of Punjab. For the last few, you see, years, we have seen that what the Punjab government is doing, new recruitment is not being taken place in the Punjab University, Chandigarh. They're not sending that much of people on the deputation. Overall, what we see is that the criminal neglect on the part of the governments, which ultimately resulted into what we see is the crisis of governability and basically of this type of situation. BJP is trying its level best. By that way, they can have more control. They have already there. They have the governor. All instruments are under their control. But my basically surprise was why they are so much worried to take it under direct control. Taking it under direct control will have very catastrophic consequences. We have
Right.
seen that because every time what we see, this is a general, what we see that idea or general thing is that Delhi Darbar always try to basically snub Punjab. In spite all other things, they think in that way also. Now we have our own internal problems. So in that way, it is the people of the Punjab which basically create the other. That is which tries to usurp whatever they have. So it's in that way is emotional issue. It's that way what we see. There's nothing else in that way also. So people think that it's not on Chandigarh. There's something beyond that because they want to make Jammu Kashmir experiment. This general, you go to the
Yeah.
people and ask them, okay, they want to make a Jammu Kashmir type experiment in Punjab because they're finding that maximum resistance come from the Punjab. And I think the Modi Saab and Amit Shah have not forgiven the people or the farmers of the Punjab who led that movement, which ultimately forced them to take
Yeah.
back those three farm laws. I think
Right.
that thing is still there in mind. This way or that way, they have the state power, they have the state
Right.
instrument, all are with them, and they are trying to. They know that it's not possible, but what they say, they're trying to continuously testing the waters, how people respond and how people react to this situation.
Right.
And by last one, by that way, by raising such questions, they divert the people's and the government's issue concerns from the core issues of the Punjab and the people of Punjab, which they are facing in different dimensions or in the different ways. So, in
Right.
that way, all these acts are not only anti-Punjab, but basically the people of Punjab.
Right. Also joining us this moment is Ranveer Singh Khatra, who is a retired IG of Punjab. Thank you so much, Mr. Khatra, for joining. And I would want to understand from you that this whole issue or this whole idea of bringing Chandigarh under Article 240, making it an independent UT like Puducherry or Andaman and Nicobar Island, uh, what do you think will this idea, if at all it is implemented? For now, the government has put it on hold, but if at all it is implemented, how do you think this idea will be taken up by the people of Punjab? Because the government has not said that they are scrapping this idea. They are saying that we are putting this on hold. We are not trying to bring this Constitution 131st Amendment bill in this winter session. But I'm sure this idea is still there in progress. So how would you see that? As far as the administration is concerned, because you've been part of Punjab, you've been a retired IG yourself. So if you can explain that, unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself. You're muted. Yes. You'll have to unmute yourself. Sir, you're
Okay.
muted. Yes. Yes.
I
Go
think
ahead.
firstly, the issue which has been brought up, it has got its own genesis. Punjab was divested of its capital, the long-run capital Lahore, in 47. That was unfortunate, and the divide, great divide of the subcontinent, left East Punjab with two things. One, the Punjab administered by the British, known as Punjab, and the administered states, which later on came to be PEPSU. So there were two states. PEPSU had its capital in Patiala, and Punjab got its capital initially set up in Shimla. So these were the two capital states of the succession states. Subsequently, with the reorganization, 1958, PEPSU, the Patiala and Punjab states, they were merged into Punjab. And that's the whatever we were seeing. And that Punjab, and by that time, 1955 onwards, with the central government assistance, the present Chandigarh had started taking shape. And initially, offices had started moving from Shimla to Chandigarh. And that time, the Chandigarh established on the 28 villages of the common, that was the joint Punjab. So this is how things started off. And by 1966, when the new Punjab came into being, the present state of Haryana and the areas of Himachal, which were merged into Himachal Pradesh, so 1966 Organization Act comes into force. And that was the first thing when Punjab was outrightly not given its capital. Whereas in all other circumstances, and as recent as Telangana, Andhra, and all, the states had their own capital. So this issue kept on lingering from 66 onwards. But in principle, it was always decided that Chandigarh is capital of Punjab, but Haryana will be assisted in having its own capital. This thing lingered on, and in 1985, Rajiv Longwal Accord, and that accord was subsequently ratified by both houses of parliament, and it was very much in that ratification and the passing of that resolution act of the Rajiv Longwal Act, Chandigarh was given to Punjab. So only thing is it was not handed over, which was to be handed over on 26th of January 1986. But it was not handed over. So Subsequently, again, it's lingering on. Now, in the peak of terrorism, previously there used to be Chief Commissioner Chandigarh. But during at the peak of terrorism, to tackle terrorism, to administer Chandigarh and surroundings, the post of Chief Commissioner was abolished and an advisor was put. Punjab Governor was put as administrator for the ease of policing, for law and order, for all those things. And this is how traditionally Deputy Commissioner was coming from Haryana and the SSP was from Punjab. And subsequently, with all the cadre reviews, now these posts, DC post has come Chief Secretary, and the SSP post has been left behind. It has been administered by the DGP from the DNP cadres. So this is how, and the present crux, like for what we see in the present scenario, whether it's Punjab University issue, and that has not even tried cool down, and this thing has come up of 240, 239 to 240. Most people won't go and delve into it, but under 240, I think there may be the thinking we get more administration, lieutenant governor, or subsequently some sort of local government for the people of Chandigarh. They may be having those things in mind, but people of Punjab, whether they are Sikhs or Hindus or for that matter, sizable population, Muslims or Christians, they won't accept. They will not accept. They should not accept and they will not accept. And for that matter, such things, I am telling you, if it has been decided by the both houses of parliament that it should be honored, Punjab should be given Chandigarh. If they are not given, then it should come out. But since all these things are happening, Punjab's patience is being tested, and a hard-earned peace, which Punjab has earned through grit, and they have earned through their respect through glory. All these things will definitely come under stress.
Right. But I'll come back to Professor Jagru because I think Jagdeep has got disconnected. Uh, do you think that this is a kind of a trial balloon which apparently the government is trying to explore? Because how much of a political ground does BJP have? And are they trying to explore what they can do with this emotive idea of bringing Chandigarh under Article 240 and converting it into a UT?
I think only they can tell us, okay, what is in their mind, why they are doing so, what is their agenda, what are their intentions, why time and again they are trying to test, as Khanda Sahib has rightly said. We all have witnessed, we all have experienced the worst phase in the post-independent times in Punjab. And we know that how it came into being, how it became basically outcome of the politics of the then politics of the 70s or the 80s and so on and so forth. What price the Punjab had paid to restore that peace. I think as a police officer, uh, all others in that way also. Everybody basically, that's why it's quite surprising for us. What is in there, what they want to have. They should go and see into time and again why they are hell-bent to repeat that history. Punjab has time and again, basically you see that it was not choice of the Punjabis. Partition wasn't a choice of the Punjabis. The way the state was made, what we see is the structural victim of the partition. It's not state, the people of Punjab. It lost everything, lost its glory, it lost its political shine. But on the other hand, the people we have a history of an independent regime. We haven't, but we see that tomorrow there's a martyrdom day of Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib. He also fought against the Delhi Darbar, the very spirit of the Punjabis to fight against the injustices of the Delhi Darbar, in spite of our lot many challenges before us. The challenges of the peasantry, the challenges of the youth. You see, we are a border state, and you see the we nobody bothered about that. Nobody is taking that issue. That this part of the border state was most fertile, most literate before independence of the country, most social political movements, the Gadarite Babas, the educated people, and after that, what happened to that? Nobody raised that issue. Nobody is concerned about that. No new industry. We have a very hostile. You see, there was a war between India and Pakistan. There was a war between India and China. But who suffered the most? There was an
Yeah.
attack on the parliament. 1.5 years forces were stationed on the border. We had, when the partition took place, there was 279 dwelt villages on the zero line. Now the number has come to just 120, 58, 59 villages just disputed the scene. That area, almost 18% of the area which falls in the previous border belt, their growth rate is less than even the Bihar and that we are. So now the 50% area is Punjab in the central, basically rule. What they want, we fail to understand. Okay, what are their intentions? Why they are doing all these things are there? It is there because the Punjab, when we use the word Punjab, I'm talking about the people of Punjab. As Sir has rightly said, it doesn't make any difference. That experiment of Hindu and Sikhs is not going to be very much here. We have an ethos, Punjabi ethos, Guru's ethos, freedom struggle ethos, Bhagat Singh ethos, Gadri Baba's ethos. So that's why it's beyond our understanding, it's beyond our imagination. Okay, why time and again, whether they are that much of a hurt, okay, it
Right.
doesn't basically, what I see is that they
Right.
feel hurt. Okay, how come they people, in spite of the fact that
Right.
हमारे बड़े बड़े जो लीडर हैं उनकी गोदी में बैठ गए, doesn't make any difference. What
Right.
happened in
But
the case
I
of
also,
the
right. I also want to talk about the politics of it. Jagdeep Sindhu has joined us. Jagdeep, you got disconnected, but I want to understand the politics of it. Aam Aadmi Party saying that it's an attack on federalism. It's basically, and the sentiments are anti-Punjab. But what forced the government to put the decision on hold? They very well could have just gone ahead, brought in the bill in the winter session, and they could have ramrodded this idea like they have done it with many other things. So, why do you think that the government was forced to put the decision on hold?
See, Niru, this is, I am surprised on the political wit of the union government. Approximately, they are trying to help out the present regime of Aam Aadmi Party that look like as if indirectly they don't want Congress to come and take power in Punjab. Because you see, uh, whatever the working of Aam Aadmi Party in the past satisfactory, and there has been a long
I'm not able to hear you, Jagdeep. I think there's some issue with your audio, I guess.
yeah,
Can you
there is a
hear?
technical glitch today, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
on the network.
Huh. So go ahead, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the second thing is that BJP government or BJP wants to have their control in the entire northern India belt. Now only one state is left, that is Punjab, where they don't have their footprints. And politically, Punjab is not in their fold. Uh, they think that by testing certain uh, parameters or testing the people of Punjab and their political alignment with the thought, they are trying to understand how Punjab will react under certain changes or how they can resist certain changes. Now, they might design their policies or strategy according to that. If we look at the thing, if we look at the point, what they have done is that they are trying to give a message to the people of Punjab that be ready. We will bring certain changes which may curtail your legitimate rights. And in the name of progress, in the name of good governance, there are required certain changes to be done. So, in a sense, they don't understand the emotion of Punjab. They don't understand the basic core of Punjab. They don't understand what Punjab demands are. Now, Punjab had been struggling with their demands, and certain solutions were needed. But 11 years has passed. What union government has done for Punjab? Have they resolved any issue of Punjab, which had been longing since a long, right, more than 30 or 40 years? Now, there is no solution as such, but they are trying to deviate and divert according to their own strategy, according to their own whims, that they want to develop Punjab in that framework. So I think directly or indirectly, now since they BJP know that they are not going to get power in Punjab, so instead stop Congress to get power and indirectly help Aam Aadmi Party or the Akalis to gain a certain level of confidence in 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 Punjab from the people and real get elected, because in any case BJP is not going to get any kind of substantial support in Punjab. So I think there is a deeper and longer strategy working behind it.
So, but do you think that this is some sort of a conspiracy, Jagdeep, against Punjab? How do you see that? Because many people have been saying that this is a conspiracy against the people of Punjab. And why would BJP want to conspire against Punjab at this point of time?
Well, whosoever is saying this is a conspiracy, that is their word, but I can say they have the plan for Punjab because they want to take Punjab into their fold. So
Political
they
plan. You are
might
saying
be having certain
political plan.
political designs.
Right. So
They
this is a
might be
political
having certain
plan.
political designs and
Yeah.
plans to grab power in Punjab and place Punjab under their fold and to get into the Punjab political sphere. But as long as the psychology and the ideology and the principle of Punjab are not accepting BJP and basically contrary to what BJP ideology is. So I don't think that BJP is able to understand what Punjab actually needs and how Punjab actually can be taken along for the betterment of the political solutions. But they have not done any political just because of certain grants or just because of certain things which look like very petty things for Punjab. See, in the flood area time, this recently happened flooding in Punjab. What central government has done for the Punjab? Now, they showed there is a tussle between Aam Aadmi Party and the Union Ministry. But what has happened actually? Whether Aam Aadmi Party is being able to do justice with the people who are being affected by floods, the farmer, the peasantry? No. Now, have the central government given any support to them? No. What Congress or Akalis has done? Hardly anything. This is the people on strength which has taken them again up in that kind of crisis. Now you need to understand this entire uh, psychology, entire thoughtfulness of Punjabi people or the people who have already sacrificed so much for the respect and honor of the country that they cannot be played like this. There should be some concrete solutions. There should be certain concrete benefits to the state, And since the state is a very bordering area, which is a very sensitive area, so there are certain aspects which I think the central government has in their mind, but yet they are not very clear that what they want to do and how they want to win Punjab.
All right, so it seems for now that it looks like some sort of a trial balloon which BJP was trying to experiment. We should not forget that BJP's own leader, Sunil Jakhar, mentioned that this is something which is against the sentiments of Punjab. So he will ensure that things don't go the anti-Punjab way. I think Mr. Katra is wanting to say something. Yes, sir. And then I'll wind up the show.
Uh,
Yes,
you have
yes.
you have named Sunil Jakhar, and may I take your attention of my colleagues also that Sunil Jakhar 2 3 months back, 6 months back, he had given a very interesting interview to the Tribune and other newspapers, where he had mentioned for way forward for BJP in Punjab is that they should change the Nazariya. Once their view, idea, vision, Nazariya is changed for Punjab, the
True, very true.
people will follow, votes will follow, their acceptability will follow. And I think, and that Nazariya, he had enumerated 5 6 points. Nazariya on the paroles to Dera Ram Rahim chief, Nazariya on Punjab's issues, Nazariya on all these, what like Chandigarh, Punjab, they are issues which are cropping up. But there are other major issues. Punjab has had after 1955-56 and more devastating than 1988 floods. Punjab has seen worst of floods this year. And as Professor Sahab had mentioned, 18% of land, all this Ravi and Satluj and the Firozpur area, all these areas, border belt, the crops have been devastated, the houses have gone off, thousands and thousands of the cattle they have vanished. So all these things, they require a succour from the government. State has thrown its hands up. They don't have funds, they don't have wealth, they don't have any. But yes, central government, if they want to have a foothold, if they want to ease and put balm, there are many things like from the fund. If you see, I was just seeing the figures for the LMT, the paddy. 28% paddy for the central pool, that is the whatever has been bought for the central pool under MSP, 28% shortfall. That means floods and all, they have taken toll. And who are the sufferers? Same goes with landless laborers who have for those 30 40 days, they have been sitting around. What goes with the cattle health? So all these things, they require human approach. But unfortunately, what Mr. You have just mentioned, if it is they want, if they want to succeed, for that matter, let it not be BJP, anybody who wants to succeed in a state, any state for that matter, they have to take pro people, pro issues, and all.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. So, how long the BJP can continue to hold this decision? And they've not scrapped the decision. They said we are putting it on hold. It's under consideration. But what if the BJP tries to bring in this idea? What can really it lead to? These are the big questions. We'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, Professor Jagrup, Mr. Katra, Jagdeep. Thank you very much for joining on the Federal. Thank you.